Hi, in this drawing I'm going to do a quick demonstration of how to construct a perpendicular to the end of a given line, in this case line AB. I'm going to do the perpendicular at point A of line AB. You could do exactly the same construction from point B, just in the reverse. I'm going to start the drawing by taking my compass and placing it at center point A or starting point A of line AB, and I'm going to stretch it to a radius of 30 millimeters and draw a light construction circle. Please remember these are construction lines, so I must make use of all of my construction instruments, which is the compass, the z-squares, my ruler, and whatever other instruments I might need. The next step is to take a reference point and indicate the intersection between the construction circle and line AB. On your paper, you will draw a light small dot there to show the intersection. We will not make a big blob, otherwise it will not present neat on my drawing. The next step is to take my compass once more, and I can adjust it to any length that I want, or I can use the same radius that I've been using, which was 30 millimeters in this case, and that's the radius that I'm going to continue to use, and I'm going to draw another construction circle. However, I do not need to draw the full construction circle. I can only draw the section of the arc that will cut into the first construction circle that I've drawn, and I can erase the rest of that construction circle. Now I have another reference point where the two arcs will intersect with one another, and I'm going to draw a small little dot there to indicate that reference point. I'm going to continue now by drawing from that second reference point another circle with a radius of 30 millimeters, and that will be cutting into the main circle that I've started my drawing with. And once again, I don't need the full construction circle, I only need to draw this section of the arc. If you are drawing on paper, you can also just draw that small piece of the arc as indicated here. And once again, we have a third reference point, and I'm going to go and draw a light little dot right there at the intersection between the main circle and the construction arc. Now I have two reference points on the main circle, and I want to draw a perpendicular now that is going to connect from center point A, or of point A of my line AB, that is going to go straight up 90 degrees. And if we do the next construction, we will determine the perpendicular by doing the following. I'm going to use my compass. I'm going to place it at one of the reference points, and I'm going to stretch it to a distance that are more than half of the distance between these two reference points. So I'm going to stretch it to 20 millimeters and draw a light construction arc with a radius of 20 millimeters. Once again, I don't need the full circle, so I'm going to cut off parts of this arc and erase the parts that I do not need. We call this clutter on our paper, and doing the erasing of the excess lines, we can also refer to that as housekeeping. Now I want to do the same from this reference point on the left hand side. I've used the radius of 20 millimeters, therefore I must use the same radius of 20 millimeters now from the left reference point. Draw a construction arc, and I'm going to cut it off to clear all the excess parts of my construction. Now I have in the middle of these two reference points, a bit upwards, a reference between the two arcs that I've just drawn, and I'm going to draw another dot to indicate that intersection between the arcs that I've just constructed. And this will be 90 degrees right above starting point A. Therefore, I'm going to take my set square and use the 90-degree angle of my set square and draw a perfectly perpendicular straight line from that intersection down to center point A, or starting point A of line AB. And the last thing that we need to do is add labels and reference the dots and the intersections that we have created. But I will also do some housekeeping with these excess lines that is cluttering my paper, and therefore I'm going to leave just this that you see on the screen. And I'm going to start by labeling now all these reference points that are key to my construction, and I'm going to indicate those reference points as number 1 and 2, and then I'm going to give a name for this perpendicular line that I have. So I already have A and B, so I'm going to use C as a label at the top. And normally what I do is I just extend this perpendicular beyond that reference point upwards like this. And now we have answered the question by using our instruments to construct a perpendicular to the end or start of a line. Thank you for watching.